Burkina Faso's 35-year-old President Ibrahim Traoré says Africa's story has to change. Ibrahim Traoré accused African leaders of beggary at the Russia-Africa Summit in St. Petersburg, Russia. Ibrahim Traoré is Africa's youngest president and the world's youngest currently serving state leader. The people of Ouagadougou, Burkina Faso, gave President Ibrahim Traoré an enthusiastic welcome upon his arrival from Russia. This is what Burkina Faso's 35-year-old President Ibrahim Traoré said at the Russia-Africa Summit. Comrade President Vladimir Putin, President, African Head of State, Delegation, good morning. It was an honor for me this morning to speak here and to pass on to you, therefore, the fraternal greetings of the people of the country of upright men. It is also the place for me above all to give thanks to God, from the Almighty, who has allowed us to gather here this morning in good health to talk about the future and the well-being, therefore, of our peoples. I am going to apologize to the elders that I could offend in my future remarks. Oblige, the rights of birth. I have to apologize. I have a few questions from my generation. Nor is it a question we ask ourselves, but we don't have an answer. And it so happens that here we can wash our dirty clothes because we feel like family. We feel like family in the sense that Russia is also a family for Africa. It's a family because we have the same history. Russia learns felt enormous sacrifices to liberate the world from Nazism during World War II. The African people, our grandfathers, were also forcibly deported to help Europe get rid of Nazism. We share the same story in that we are the forgotten people of the world. Let him be in the history books. And the documentary to the film, therefore, intends to sweep away the leading role that Russia and Africa played in this fight against Nazism. We are together because currently we are here to talk about the future of our peoples. But what will happen tomorrow to this free world to which we aspire? Of this world without interference in our internal affairs. We have the same perspective, and I hope that this summit will therefore be an opportunity to be able to forge very good relations with a view to a better future for our peoples. The question that my generations are asking are the following. If I can summarize myself, it is not to understand how Africa had so much wealth on our soil. With a generous nature, water, sun in abundance, Africa is today the poorest continent. Africa is a hungry continent. And how come we are heads of state? So cross the almond tree world. Here are the questions that we ask ourselves and that we have no answers so far. We have the opportunity. Build new relationships. And I hope that these relations can be the best to give a better future to our peoples. My generation, my charge is to say that by this fact of poverty, they are obliged to cross the ocean. In an attempt to reach Europe, he dies in the ocean. But only soon. They will not have crossed because they will come to our palaces to seek their daily pittance. As far as Burkina Faso is concerned, today we face for more than 8 years to the most barbaric, most violent form of manifestations of the neocolonialism of imperialism. Slavery is yet to impose on us. Our predecessors taught us one thing. The slave who is not able to assume his revolt does not deserve that we feel sorry for his fate. We will not rely on our fate. We do not ask that someone will lean on our fate. The people of Burkina Faso have decided to fight against terrorism in order to relaunch their development in this fight. Valiant peoples for years, a population have pledged to take up arms in the face of terrorism, what we have effectively called the life of a country of volunteers. The unsurprising to see, the imperialists has developed militias and all type. It's disappointing. Because, in Europe, when people take up arms to defend their homeland, we were patriots, our grandfathers were deported to save Europe. It wasn't with their consent against their gate. Well, on the way back, we remember well that in Traoré, when they wanted to claim their basic rights, they were massacred. So that does nothing. When we the people decided to defend ourselves in the state of militias, but that was not the problem. That's good. The problem is seeing African heads of state, which brings nothing. It's a bit more than they fight. But who sings the same thing as the imperialists by treating of militias, by treating us therefore of men who do not respect human rights, of what? Human rights? Pardon. We take offense to this and surrendered. We, African heads of state, must stop behaving like puppets dancing every time the imperialists pull the strings. Yesterday, President Vladimir Putin announced the shipment of cereals to Africa. We are very happy. We say thank you for it. But it is also a message sent to our African heads of state, because at the next forum we won't have to come here. Without having ensured for those who do not know the war, the food self-sufficiency of our peoples. We must take the experience of those who have already been able to achieve this in Africa. We've good relations here, and we've better relations with the Russian Federation in order to be able to satisfy the needs of our populations. I don't know. Perhaps England is a party is very short. We have to stop at some point, but I would like to end by saying that we must therefore pay tribute to our peoples, to our people who are fighting, to our peoples. Dignity to our peoples. Victory to the people. Homeland or death will defeat us. Thank you, friend.
If you enjoyed the content of this video, consider subscribing to the channel. Leave a comment, like and share this video. See you in the next one.